Hello everyone, on this April 1st episode, Strange Games. Released in 1986 for the Atari 7800, Food Fight is a port of the arcade game better known as Charlie Chuck's Food Fight. Gameplay places you as the boy Charlie, trying to make your way to the ice cream cone on the other side of the stage. Standing in your way are 4 chefs, whose job is to stop you with physical contact or thrown food items. Charlie can return fire with food found scattered about on the stages, or just run for it and try to dodge the chefs, their spawn points, and their volley of attacks. You have a limited time to complete the stage, as the ice cream cone acts like a timer and is steadily melting away. If you lose a life, the stage will restart, but with most of the items in new positions. Not all of the odds are stacked against you, as the chefs do have friendly fire and can hit one another with their own thrown food items. Also, there is no penalty for being as passive as possible for not attacking the chefs, as the less food you throw, the more bonus is added to your end stage score. Occasionally you will get a replay of the stage you just finished if you happen to have had a few close call moments. Control is responsive, and as far as difficulty goes, the challenge is slowly turned up the farther you make it through the stages as the game becomes faster and faster. Visuals are mostly plain and lifeless, like the chef's spawn points, the chefs themselves, and the food piles, but the animations of Charlie looking with your direction input and eating the cone at the end are very well done. Stages will have more of the same items on screen to navigate around in longer play sessions. Music is rare but well done. Each stage begins with a start melody that never really gets old, and you get a tune for when you lose a life. The instant replay event has its own upbeat music for an added enhancement. Effects are basic, and most of the sounds that constantly play are your footsteps and the drip of ice cream melting. Monotony is broken up by the sounds of tossed salads and cream pies. With over 100 stages to play through, Food Fight's limited gameplay will be a love-hate relationship with most players. Released in 1983 for most home consoles by Seagull and Bull LLC, Keys to the Universe is what happens when someone makes a so-called game, with the hope that there will be a worse game released on the same system later on to overshadow it. More like an early audio tool than a game, the main idea seems to be just play the sounds loaded at the startup screen and imagine a story to fit in with them. Do you need laser guns for your sci-fi stories? Explosions for your action adventures? How about recreate War of the Worlds with new sounds? All of these ideas are just guesses on our part because there was no manual with the game. The nicest thing to say about the mostly text-based graphics is that they are very readable, with the occasional flash of green to show what sound direction is playing. To play the sounds, just press the direction on the controller or joystick. To swap to a second set of sounds, hold down any button and press the direction again. The strangest part of this game is the down plus any button combo is always the same thing. By doing this command, you will hear the last few seconds of what you just heard played back in old school garble. If you could make a list of the many things on one hand that led to the US video game crash in the 1980s, add software like this to the middle finger list. Developed by Core Design and released on the Sega Genesis in 1994, Bubba and Stix is a 2D puzzle platform side-scroller with a unique buddy system mechanic between the two main characters. Aliens have kidnapped both Bubba and Stix to show off as the main attractions in their otherworldly zoo. But, with the help of some bad luck, for the aliens, the ship crash lands on another planet, leaving all the good luck for Bubba and Stix to manage and escape. You play as Bubba, a stereotypical good old boy with a living Stix sidekick named Stix, trying to make it out alive on a hostile planet while avoiding recapture by the aliens. Bubba is mostly the way of transport around the stages, while Stix is the answer to many of the puzzles and inconveniences you will encounter. Bubba can walk, run, crawl, jump, swim, and use Stix as a variety of tools. Stix can be used as a club, a step up, a basic lever, a thrown weapon, and several other player-controlled and automatically triggered uses. Bubba has a few quick moves and a few hold and wait moves that will take some getting used to while swapping between them during critical timing gameplay. Controls can be customized in the options menu if you feel the default settings are cramping your style. Stages have various puzzles mixed in, from the simple to solve to the simply frustrating. There are a few cheap shot moments to watch out for and memorize on your return attempts. The password system used to start on the last stage you made it to is nice, as most gamers had a pen and paper handy back in the day from other games using the system. However, it is a bit clunky by 2021 standards. Bubba and Stix has the classic cartoon-like animation and coloring that the Genesis is known for. Bubba is well animated in both his movements and idle animations. Various aliens, critters, and interactive objects that do move are also well animated. Oddly, Stix seems to have wound up with the short end of the animation stick. Stages have the standard forest, fire, technical, and water-based themes commonly used in games of the time. Little details like trees watching you after you pass by and the water distorting the background visuals is icing on the eye candy cake. Music ranges from the forgettable to the can't get it out of my head. Sounds are comical and cartoonish but fit well with everything triggering them. Bubba and Stix is a fun and entertaining game while also giving the player a very challenging experience. Developed by Core Design and released on the Sega Genesis in 1994, Bubba and Stix is a 2D puzzle platform side-scroller with a unique buddy system mechanic between the two main characters. Aliens have kidnapped both Bubba and Stix to show off as the main attractions in their otherworldly zoo. But, with the help of some bad luck for the aliens, the ship crash lands on another planet, giving all the good luck for Bubba and Stix to manage and escape. You play as Bubba, a stereotypical good old boy with a living Stix sidekick named Stix, trying to make it out alive on a hostile planet while avoiding recapture by the aliens. Bubba is mostly the way of transport around the stages, while Stix is the answer to many of the puzzles and inconveniences you will encounter. Bubba can walk, run, crawl, jump, swim, and use Stix as a variety of tools. Stix can be used as a club, a step up, a basic lever, a thrown weapon, and several other player-controlled and automatically triggered uses. Bubba has a few quick moves and a few hold and wait moves that will take some getting used to while swapping between them during critical timing gameplay. Controls can be customized in the options menu if you feel the default settings are cramping your style. Stages have various puzzles mixed in, from the simple to solve to the simply frustrating. There are a few cheap shot moments to watch out for and memorize on your return attempts. The password system used to start on the last stage you made it to is nice, as most gamers had a pen and paper handy back in the days from the other games used in the same system. However, it is a bit clunky by the 2021 standards. Bubba and Stix has the classic cartoon-like animation and coloring that the Genesis is known for. Bubba is well animated in both his movements and idle animations. Various aliens, critters, and interactive objects that do move are also well animated. Oddly, Stix seems to have wound up with the short end of the animation stick. Stages have the standard forest, fire, technical, and water-based themes commonly used in games of the time. Little details like trees watching you after you pass by and the water distorting the background visuals is icing on the eye candy cake. Music ranges from the forgettable to the I can't get it out of my head. Sounds are comical and cartoonish, but fit well with everything triggering them. Bubba and Stix is a fun and entertaining game while also giving the player a very challenging experience. And my chair is creaking like a mofo.